YouTube, what's going on? Welcome to my channel. This is how to leave that job you hate and how to pursue your dream job. I'll talk all about how I'm pursuing my dreams, how I have multiple jobs that I love, and hopefully give you some tips that can help you get there as well. My name is Garin Flowers. I'm an entertainment writer, a professor, and a TV host. And on this channel, I share information on how to become a better writer, communicator, and public speaker, as well as share my adventures in Los Angeles talking to celebrities. Sorry, I just noticed that CVS bag in the back. My original video for this, I filmed about 3 or 4 months ago, and I've learned so much more about YouTube since then. So I wanted to shoot this quick intro, but let's get right to it. Here's 5 steps to help you follow your dreams, and we're gonna shoot back to the old video. All right, the first step to following your dreams is deciding what it is you want to do. And then I'm going to say 1A, and that's realizing that it's not too crazy or too big for you to do. So for me, I was a TV reporter, and I said, what is it that I really want to do? And I remember I would watch shows like American Idol and The Voice, and I was like, I would love to do that. I would love to be in the shoes of Ryan Seacrest and Carson Daly and Steve Harvey and those guys. And I said, why can't I? What is it that they're doing that I can't do? What is it that they decided to do that I can't do? And I just had to make that conscious decision in my head. Like, they put themselves out there. They had a wild dream and they went for it, and I'm not. That's the difference between us. Obviously, they're very skilled and good at what they do, but the big difference was I'm not going for it. So you have to realize what it is you're interested in doing first to have some clarity. And then the second part of that, the 1A part of that, is realizing it's not too big for you. Like whether you want to be an astronaut or whether you want to be a race car driver or whether you want to be some type of scientist for this one specific thing, or a doctor, or whatever it may be, or a famous singer. You have to realize that you can do it. There are people that do it and that you can too. All right, the second thing is make a plan. When I was a TV reporter in Florida, there was a buddy of mine from college that every time I saw him, he would remind me, like, Garin, you've always wanted to move to Los Angeles. What's the steps? What are you doing? And I was like, nothing right now. I'm just sort of living my life, as a TV reporter, working my way up as a journalist and enjoying that and doing all those things. And the fact of the matter is, I didn't love it, as much as I thought. And it's great, it's such an important field. But I knew that there was something more I could be doing, something that would reach my heart more than what I was doing. And having him always remind me about that was interesting. And one day, he and his wife were visiting me, and they just had a newborn, and they wanted me to meet the newborn, and they were in my neck of the woods. We met up, and he asked me again, as he always does, and his wife overheard, and she said, hey, I can help you with that. I'm a life planner. And I was like, what's a life planner? What's an organizer? I didn't know what that was. So a week or two later, I went over to their house, and she had a whole Excel sheet laid out of, why do you want to move to, asking me the questions, the who, what, when, where, why, how, all those things when it comes to Los Angeles. What would you do? Why do you want to do it? Who would you meet up with when you go there? Where would you live? Do you know anyone there that can help you? It was all these important questions, and then, a list of things that I needed to check off to make that move. And it only took about 7-8 months later, I made the move because I had this great plan. I had this great checklist that I could just follow, and it allowed me to make the move. You know what I mean? All right, number 3, have confidence in yourself. Going back to what I said about, realizing that it's not too big, you have to recognize that this is something that you can do. If you've been practicing, working towards it, or trying your best to get better at it, just go for it. I think it's so easy to fear what's on the other side. You'll see a ton of quotes about success is on the other side of fear, or when you fear something, that's when it's the right, something that you should try. And that's real talk. I couldn't tell you a more scary thing to do than to leave my career where I'm working up, up the ladder, where if I leave, I fall down the ladder. I give up my career. I'm leaving my family behind and friends behind in Florida, a state where I've lived my entire life. And I'm moving to Los Angeles where I don't know if I'll be successful. That sets me back in my career. That sets me back financially. That sets me back with, relationships that I have in Florida. Like, there was a lot of fear worry on the other side of that decision, a lot of unknown. And I had to recognize that having confidence in myself that I could be successful meant everything. Said, there's nothing that I've wanted to accomplish that I haven't accomplished up until this point, for the most part. So why can't I bet on myself to do that? You know, people sports gamble, people bet on athletes all the time, people bet on things. There's even, you know, betting for the Bachelor and Bachelorette. You know, they have the brackets for even for that. Why can't you bet on yourself? Why not? You know yourself more than anybody. So I bet on myself, and now I've been in Los Angeles for 4.5 years, thriving. You know, I have multiple jobs, making 6 figures, and actively working towards my goal of being a game show host. And it's fun. It's super fun. And being on the other side now, I recognize there was nothing really to fear. Number 4, dip your toe in the water. Test it out. If there's ways you can try out what it is you want to take that leap of doing, try it. You know, as far as Los Angeles, I came out here for a week before I moved. I had already decided I was going to move here, but I came out for a week. I met with people. I stayed with my friend who I ended up living with when I moved here. You know, I was able to like actually feel out the city and try to get an understanding about it. And that week of being here before I moved here was critical. It was huge. I was dipping my toe in the water and testing it out. Will I even like this place? And when I came here for that week, I realized this is it. This is everything I've wanted. And that was huge. So make sure you test it out in whatever way you can. If you want to be an astronaut, try to get an internship with NASA, or try to get a walkthrough, you know, where people can show you around or whatever. So a tour, whatever it may be. So just try different things before you dive all the way in, if there is that fear of like, what will this be? And lastly, number 5, you got to execute. Execution. Realize what it is you want to do. Make a plan. Find that confidence in yourself. Definitely dip your toe in the water, but execute. None of that means anything. The top 4 mean nothing if you don't execute and try it out. You have to go for it. You have one life to live. You don't want to be older and think, wow, what would have happened if I would have done such and such? And we can't do everything, right? We might be interested in 4 different things. You can't do all those unless you do try out 4, but it's not really practical to do everything. So there might be multiple things that you want to do, but at the end of the day, if you at least go after 1 or 2 of them, you can say, I went for it. I tried it. You have to execute. You have to come up with that plan and execute. That's the biggest thing. Well, all right, y'all. I look forward to talking more about what I'm doing. This is the first of many videos. Once again, my ultimate goal is to be a game show host. My favorite question is, how do you do that? And my answer always is, I have no clue. I don't know. But I'm trying my best to figure it out. Moving to LA, connecting with the people I've been connecting with, networking, coming up with my own game show ideas, trying to leverage my social media platform, trying to meet people who are in the right places to make those decisions. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going for it. And that's the fun part, is the journey, the process. You have to really appreciate the process and the journey, and not just look at the top of the hill and reaching that ultimate goal, knowing that there's steps you have to take to get there, you know, and that's what I'm figuring out. So I look forward to doing videos and walking you through the process. So I would love if you subscribed to this channel, like this video, comment if you feel like you'd like to. And also, if you want me to share my plan of what I had, the Excel sheet that helped me move here, let me know. Comment and subscribe, and let me know if you do, and I'll share it with you. So let me know in the comments. Also on Instagram, you can find me at Garin Flowers, Garin Flowers. If you made it this far, thank you for watching, and see you next time.